So, to continue on with discussing employee motivation within the workplace, I wanted to talk about a few personal experiences that I've had as an employee being motivated by my company. So, I would have to say the first thing that I always notice about a company setup and how employees communicate with each other is if whether or not they have team building exercises. And I know this is something that's implemented a lot during annual trainings and maybe in the initiation of a new employee into the job. But at my workplace at Umpqua Bank, we actually strive to do one team building exercise each week. And generally, it's this task of creating the what we call motivational moment is a different employee each week takes on the task of creating this team building exercise, whatever it may be. And it kind of allows us to share our ideas with other employees. I mean, sometimes the exercises are as simple as putting a cookie on your forehead and trying to get it to your mouth without using your hands. It could be silly, or it could express other things like if we want to talk about HELOC rates, which is a home equity line of credit, we could do like a gingerbread house building contest. And so not only does this allow employees to kind of communicate and get better work relationships, but it also just starts work um, kind of on a positive note, and that definitely helps improve job satisfaction. I think no matter what field you're in. And so the second thing I wanted to discuss was the ability to have employees communicate their ideas throughout the entire company, whether it's a franchise, a corporation, an LLC, even a sole proprietorship if that sole prop wants to communicate their ideas with, investors or their bank. So I think the best way to do that is through um, company newsletters or um, annual, they do have those annual trainings if they can incorporate employee feedback. I think it's important, and I know that my job specifically has had the ability to take employee feedback into our, they're called the weekly updates. We get them in our email. They have different department sections and they talk about different employee experiences and their feedback and what they think we're doing well and what we could do better. And I think it's really important to see that the higher executives in our company take into consideration what we think about our job, and it makes us feel a lot more valued. And the last thing I want to discuss about motivating employees is the idea of communicating with other employees, even if they're not in your location or even in your same department. I think the best way to do this is to create a internal website where you can share photos of your successes. Maybe it's a volunteer opportunity or something like a motivational moment that's kind of out of the normal workflow. It kind of shows other people that, work doesn't have to be the same tedious thing every day and it can be fun while still being efficient. And this is another thing that I think my work does well is we have an internal website. And I honestly think that having the job I have now really has shown me what a good company does for its employees when it wants to motivate them. And ultimately, we have this website where we share pictures and we, can shout people out if they've done something really well, even if they're in a different department. And I think it's really important to realize that we are motivated by all of these factors that I've talked about, and we're definitely motivated when we see other people succeed and see how we can succeed just like they did.